Hey guys, so I know I have a lot of content on my page that's focused on the results of traveling and kind of like what it looks like after the process, but I wanted to create content that was more relative to what I'm actually working on right now. So this kind of content I think will be a little bit more valuable to you. I wanted to break down the 4 most important things that I learned about success. So I have a whiteboard over here that has my entire vision on it. This is everything that I'm creating and I'm really excited! Don't worry, I do this. Don't worry, I do this like every single day. I write down my to-do list every night before I go to sleep. And then in the morning when I wake up, I see this board and everything that I want to do, and it just motivates me to get up. Like there's no way I can fall back asleep. We go through 4 stages of life, and the first stage that we go through is awareness. So we find out in this section that life is made up of 4 parts. So when we're kids, we learn that if we don't take care of our bodies, we don't feel as good. If we don't eat healthy and we don't exercise and don't get to go outside and play, we're not as happy. So if you want to be happy or successful, you need to take care of your physical quotient. And this is something that can really pull you out of rock bottom if you're feeling like you're in a bad place. Because developing yourself is the basic instinct of survival. And then the next thing you start to learn and develop as a kid is your intelligence, your IQ. This is what makes us superior as human beings, because animals don't have dreams, they can't create or build technology, they don't have ego, right? We have a perspective, and the way we think is everything, right? That's how we build our businesses and how we make money and everything, right? We have EQ, which is your emotional intelligence, and that's essentially your connections, it's your relationships, it's your emotions, it's how you feel, it's how you empathize, it's how you communicate. So you learn languages when you're young, and you're aware that you have people in your life that are significant to your success and significant and critical to your happiness, right? So there's another quotient, but you don't really figure it out too much as a kid unless you have faith early on. This quotient here is your spiritual quotient, which is essentially your purpose. It's why do you exist as a physical human being with an intelligence and the ability to connect and communicate with people. And what are you going to do about it, right? So when you're in the first stage of life, this is where most of your structure as a human being is created. Then you move on a little bit, like let's say ages 8 to 30, depends on how soon you're able to develop this, and it's different for everyone. But you go through this identity stage, which is, who am I? Right? So I am a physical human being, I have a mindset, I have relationships, but how does all of this define me, right? This is a time where human beings are selfish because they need to learn how to love themselves before they can love others. They need to learn how to take care of themselves before they can take care of others, right? So when you're going through this identity stage, you're really making sure that you're putting yourself first in all of these areas. And some people stay stuck in this stage forever. So the point of me making this video is to tell you that if you're in this stage and you're trying to figure out who you are and what your dreams are and what your goals are and what you want to do, you should definitely do nothing else than spend as much time as possible with yourself, figuring out exactly what that is. And how you do that is you write down your goals. Okay, so that's really big here in the IQ department, right? You need to write down your goals and be specific. I mean, tell me what they are, tell me where they are, tell me when they are, tell me how much they are. Give yourself a deadline. Say, I will have this goal by this time. And once you write these things down on a calendar, your brain will subconsciously start to figure out the how. If you just write down what you want, you will be able to figure out how. But if you don't know what you want, then you will just be lost. And a critical part of understanding how to accomplish what you want is by understanding that you need people in your life. And when I say people, I mean people that have the results that you're looking for. People that are successful, people that are in your industry, people that you aspire to be like. I truly believe that the quality of your relationships is directly correlated to the quality of your life. So this is this section. I'm gonna draw them in some more important colors. let's say that you don't have the people in your life that you need to be successful, right? You're like, I'm a content creator, but I'm in a state or a country where I don't know any other content creators, so how can I collaborate with people, and how can I build my network and start a business, and really, like, how am I gonna do this on my own? You can't. You need to have relationships. You need to have someone to be a subject or someone to film with you, right? Like, you need to have people who are supporting you and aligned with what you're doing so that you're able to stay like happy and successful doing it. And how do you find people like this? Let's say you need a mentor. You really want to work with Gary Vee, or you would just love to talk to him and have a phone call or something. Or how are you going to reach out to someone like that? And how are you going to get them to take the time out of their day to help you or to talk to you or to mentor you? You are going to provide as much value to that person as you can. If you want meaningful relationships in your life, you need to understand that providing value to people is the most important thing that you can do. An example of this, my friend Evan Nicolini, he's brilliant. He made a fake Ferrari commercial. Aston Martin saw this commercial and they said, wow, we want to do something like that. How much is it going to cost for us to hire you to make us a similar video? So he created a free proof of concept. I traveled the world and stayed at all of these luxury resorts and offered to promote them and create content and bring them new clients for free. Why? So that I could create a proof of concept and establish the relationship with the industry, with those people. They saw that I genuinely believed and supported in their vision, and I wanted to help them, and that's how a real relationship is built. When you walk up to someone as a content creator and you're like, hey, you should pay me to make content for you, there's no value in that for them. Like, they might need content, and so that might work in some cases, but if you really want to build relationships, you need to provide as much free value to that person or that company as possible. Connection, EQ, value, huge. Like, that's the biggest thing that I could tell you right now. Once you are aware what life is, you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you have the right people in your life and you understand how to provide value, then you start to realize that all of this needs to be created in order to have an impact. You're doing all of this because you have a purpose, and your purpose is to leave a legacy. And you might not need to have a legacy, but what your legacy is your greatness that you gave to others, that they continue to give to others. Your impact continues to impact even after you're gone. The whole point is to have a purpose where you can have an impact on people that is everlasting. The most important thing to human beings is feeling important. If you're ever stuck somewhere and you're not sure how to figure out who you are or who you want in your life, then maybe you should think about your purpose, and this can guide you. Like, this doesn't have to be in order. This is first, obviously, but maybe you're stuck here and you can't figure this part out. So you figure out your purpose. Second, if your purpose is to inspire people to travel the world, then, okay, cool, so I want to live every single day creating content that provides value to people, that encourages them to travel or teaches them how to travel for free. That's what I do, so I'm just giving you an example for me. I'm gonna network and partner with people who are gonna be able to help me accomplish that goal because I have a purpose. You can have multiple purposes. You have a purpose in every single one of these quotients. So you have a purpose to be true to yourself and love yourself and respect yourself, right? You have a purpose to make sure that you're the best you can be, the elite version of you every single day in every single aspect, like physically, here, intellectually, in terms of your relationships, and in terms of why you're doing what you're doing every single day. And why is going to get you out of bed and motivate you and make your life meaningful to you and everyone else in it. This is what success looks like to me. And once I was able to break this down and understand that I was either in one of these 4 stages, working on one of these 4 quotients, I was able to just grow exponentially. And I was able to really understand how to put my focus into the most important areas that needed development. Because if you want to be successful, if you want to have influence, if you want to have an impact, you need to make sure that you are consistently developing every single aspect of your life. And I really hope that this helps. I would love to talk to you. I'm always encouraging people to reach out to me. I read every single DM, every single message. If this is something that really hits you or inspires you, amazing. That's why I made this video. Yeah, before I start making videos on consulting and personal branding and growing on Instagram and traveling the world for free and content creation, I really wanted to make this video because this is what you need to understand before you pursue any type of entrepreneurship or anything in life. This is just the most valuable thing I've ever learned. I'm not the first person to figure this out either. I just wanted to make this video for you guys, and that's personal development in all areas of life so that I can fulfill my purpose.